several years ago, I had the best tomato sandwiches that I had ever had. And I really couldn't figure out what was so different about them. But today I'm going to show you something so neat. All right, so my friend Carol Hill brought me over some tomato sandwiches, and I was like, what is happening here? So let me tell you what she does. First, what she does is she starts out with these tomatoes, and she gets the biggest, reddish, juiciest ones she possibly can. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be slicing these up. What I've also already done is I have sliced up some onions. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna turn my camera down just a little bit so you guys can see me slicing these up, and we're gonna talk about these onions and all the things. Okay, so I'm gonna slice these up, and I don't like mine to be too thin, and I don't like them to be too thick. Gosh, these tomatoes look so good. How many of you guys have a garden going? Daryl and I wish we had a garden going. We've just been working on that workshop. Okay. So I found these tomatoes and I thought they were so yummy. Okay, so getting them all sliced up. Here's the, did you guys see? I need to get that one off. Take this one off the end of this. Okay. All right, so I've got my tomato slices. Now, what you do, and this is what Carol said, is just the secret, okay? And listen, I believe Carol Hill. She is just amazing. She used to be, she's a retired home economics teacher, so she has all the best recipes. She's amazing. Okay, so I have this nice square Rubbermaid container. All right, and you can see I'm gonna put some paper towels, a layer of paper towel down here. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put a layer of tomatoes. Then I'm gonna put some onions on the top. I'm just going to kind of spread them out just a little bit. Can you see this? And you're probably like, Annie, what is happening? Which is what I was doing too. I'm like, what are you doing? Then another paper towel. You're gonna put some more tomatoes down. Okay. And then some more onions. Now, what you're not gonna do is you are not going to use these onions on the sandwich. And you're gonna be really surprised when you use the tomatoes that they don't really have an onion flavor to them. It's just that the tomato sandwich tastes just, I can't even describe it. It just tastes so good. Okay, now another little thing of paper towels. We're gonna put the remaining pieces of tomato right here. And then I'm gonna use the rest of my onion. All right. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the lid on this. So you end up with this, lots of little layers. I'm gonna put the lid on nice and tight. And I'm gonna put these in the refrigerator overnight, and then we're gonna make sandwiches out of them. All right, so stick around and I'll show you what they taste like. The tomatoes have been in the refrigerator overnight, and let's look at them. I'm gonna smell them. Okay, they are quite oniony, but what's so cool is how they make this sandwich taste. It just kind of takes it to the next level. But there's also something else that you do to take this tomato sandwich up to the next level. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take a bowl and I'm gonna put a little bit of mayonnaise in it. So I'm using Duke's mayonnaise. Probably got about a half a cup. And then you just add a little bit of mustard to this. Not a whole lot, just a tiny bit. You don't even want really the mayonnaise to even look like it has any mustard in it. So you just put a tiny bit. Show you that. Just a little bit. You see that? I just squeezed a tiny bit in there. And then you just mix this up. And I will have to tell you, the first time that I tasted these sandwiches, I was like, something is just a little bit different. And it's just adding a little bit of the mustard to the mayonnaise. And I actually may have put a little too much in there. So let me get a little bit more mayonnaise. And you just do this to taste. Whatever you think tastes the best. All right, now let's put together a sandwich. I love some really yummy white bread, and so I'm going to be using this. I'm just using the Wonder White. You can use whatever you like, whatever kind of bread you like. Some people toast their tomato sandwiches. Some people take the crusts off. I'm not going to take the crust off. But what I'm going to do is, now I'm just going to spread some of this mayonnaise on here. I'm going to put it on both sides of my bread. I like to put salt and pepper on mine, so I'm going to do that in just a second. But so when you do these tomatoes, you're just going to set aside all of the onions. And then you just take these onions and you're going to put it on your sandwich. And I'm just telling you, if you have never tried this, you will really love it. It's so delicious. Okay, and I like a lot of tomatoes on my sandwich. So there we go. And I'm going to put some salt and pepper on here. Put some salt. Let me get some pepper. Oh, my stars. I know this is going to be so yummy. You have to try this. You will love it. It just takes this sandwich to the next level. Okay, you guys, I love summer and I love all of the wonderful, wonderful things that you get to eat during the summer. Tomato sandwiches is one of my favorites. So I hope you guys try this, and if you do, let me know. All right, I'm just going to remind you to be stronger every day. Know that you can do hard things. Always have hope, and remember, everything is figure outable. All right, I'll see you on the next video.